Good morning, y'all. Got a few minutes before I go into work. Meditating this morning, praying, and I feel like the Lord is laying it on my heart. Yesterday's message, I said that we need to hear other people's stories. I'm going to do a crazy thing. I'm going to actually make myself available to you folks. That's right. I'm going to put my email at the bottom of this post, and the door's open. And I'll share a little bit about my life, what I've been through, and I discovered in my journey of recovering myself, getting my life straightened out and getting things changed, and I learned that everything that happened in my life, every hurt, every betrayal, every pain, every suffering, every trauma was a thing that it happens, and you put it into your heart. That's where it goes, because the issues of life flow from the heart, is what the good word teaches. So all these pains and sufferings I was putting to my heart, and the heart can only hold so much. The heart can only so much. But not just that, the heart feeds the body. The heart keeps the body alive, and that's not only in the physical, but that's also in the emotional and the spiritual. So whatever's in there is going to go throughout the body, and then it's going to come out of the body. So if you're living a life, where you're self-medicating, you're trying to numb or medicate the pain, or you're angry at everyone, you're yelling at everyone, you're mad all the time, and you're violent, or you're sad and sorry and depressed and feel worthless and hopeless, and that's all because there's stuff in the heart. I always say, try to think your heart is like a Tupperware container, and your Tupperware, and you can only put so much in, right? You can only put so much, and you can only take so much before people lose it. People just lose their cool, and they wind up doing horrible things to themselves or horrible things to others because they can't take anymore, right? You ever heard that saying, I can't take anymore, I'm to my breaking point, I'm having a breakdown? Well, let's not get to that point. I discovered in my journey of recovery that exposing those painful things, getting them out into the open instead of holding onto them, renders them powerless. So when you hold on to that stuff and you leave it in your heart, you're actually reinforcing it. You're hiding it, but you're reinforcing it. And that's not helping you all in any way. And it's affecting you, but it's also affecting all of those around you. So your best bet is to get it out of your heart, get it out of your life. And the way you do that is you bare your soul. And I know there's stuff out there. There's stuff out there that I thought I couldn't tell anybody, but I just was thinking, like, that's the beautiful part about email, right? Any email, and talking to a stranger is sometimes the best thing to do, because they're not going to judge you. They don't know you on a personal level, whereas your friends, your family, stuff like that, if you go to them, you can't share it with them. Then that's if they find out about that, they're going to judge you. They're going to point fingers at you, and you're going to feel horrible. You don't want to do that. So that's what the beautiful part about this offer, this opportunity is. You can email me. I'm going to put the email at the address, and I want your title, subject, lay it down, so that this way I know exactly what it is, and then put in there, delete, respond, and please pray. Most importantly, pray. I'll pray over whatever comes my way. I'll pray for your liberation. But you tell me there, do you want me to respond to you? Put at the bottom, sincerely, or, you don't even give me your name. That's the beautiful part. You don't have to leave your name. You can create an email address that you don't even use if you want to, and the reason I'm doing this is because there's no reason for you to be sick. There's no reason for your heart to be heavy. There's no reason for you to be self-medicating. And you're doing all of these things because there's so much pain in your heart, and you don't know where to put it. You don't know how to get rid of it. I discovered, and it took me a while, I discovered, though, that the pains for me, my trauma started at 10 years old. And then I started to expose those things. And someone told me to write it down. And I'll tell you, writing it down and pray and writing it down and asking the Lord to help you, to give you the courage to write it down, is one of the most liberating things you'll do. The chains will fall off your wrist. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. That the things that have been keeping you awake at night, the things that have been making you physically sick, the things that haunt you every day, the things that make you feel that you're not a good person, the things that make you discouraged, the things that make you afraid, the things that make you angry, all of that stuff is because it's been stuffed in the heart, and it's past hurts and pains. You know, and I've myself personally have tried to go to counselors. I'm not a counselor. Let me get that right. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not claiming to be any of those things. But I am a fellow human being, and I have an ear. I can listen. I'm a chaplain, so I can't advise you. But I can pray for you. I can pray for you, and I can listen. That's the most important thing. A lot of times people just need someone to hear them, to hear their hurt, to hear their pain, just for them to get it out. See, God can't bring the blessings, and God can't put the good in if your heart's full of pain, sorrow, suffering, hurt. And that's why the devil works so hard to keep you bound up, to keep you hurt, to keep you wounded, to keep you sad, to keep you depressed, because he never wants you to be happy. He never wants you to be free. He doesn't want you to live out the purpose God has for your life. So that's why all these traumas happen as you go through life. These different things happen. And sometimes things happen to you that it's not your fault. Most of the time things happen that are not your fault, or sometimes things do happen. You brought it on yourself. But, the main thing is here, and the most important thing is I got to put my money where my mouth is, right? I gotta make myself available as a chaplain to you. So, like I said, just title it, lay it all down. I will pray over it. And if you want me to respond, I'll respond. You don't want me to respond, that's fine. You can delete it. Don't leave your name. Don't put your name. The only thing I will tell you is this, and I'll tell you up front. If you send something in an email where you're going to hurt yourself or hurt someone else, then I have to report that. I mean, that's just a given. I don't want you hurting yourself or hurting anyone else. But I'm going to tell you, it'll be the most liberating thing you do. If you've got something in your heart that is some kind of unforgiveness, some kind of regret, some kind of fear, some kind of shame, whatever that is, I discovered that when I was holding on to this stuff, it was making me sick. They say in recovery, 12 steps, that you're only as sick as your secret. Step 1, surrender. Step 2, hand your life over to God. That's step 3. Step 4 is to take a fearless moral inventory of yourself. You start looking at your life, examining your life, it's painful. And step 5 is the confession phase, where you just get it all out. I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be the most liberating experience of your life. It's going to be the most liberating experience of your life. Title it, lay it all down. Write out your heart, man. Just let it fly. And know that another human being who cares for you, even though I don't know you, we are fellow human beings in this world. And I have been given, and you have been given, the ability to care for others, whether you can't feel that or not right now. You will feel that again, but I want to hear. I'm here for you. I want to listen. I want to hear what you have to say. If there's things you've never told another human being, and it's amazing too, is when I started to open up, doors started to open all over in my life, and things became more and more exposed. I was finding things that I didn't even realize hurt me that did. And like I said, I'm free. Life's not perfect, but I'm free. I could sleep at night in peace, man. I don't have to look over my shoulder anymore. I don't have to worry about that knock on the door anymore. I don't have to be afraid of anything anymore. I'm free. I'm actually free to live life and free to breathe. Not like I said, it's not perfect. I still have struggles and trials, but I don't have to self-medicate. I don't have to do any of those things anymore. I don't have to cry myself to sleep anymore. I don't have to be afraid anymore. And it's one of the most amazing things. So I'm going to put my mouth where my money is. I'm going to put an email at the bottom, right down there, right there. Pray first, and then just open your heart. Let it fly. Leave me respond or delete. If you put down delete, I'm not going to respond. You have to tell me to respond. But I will pray. I will pray. Title it, lay it all down in the subject. Pour out your heart. Pour out your heart and get free. God bless you. I hope and pray that you take advantage of this opportunity, because I know deep down in my heart that God is going to set you free from whatever it is that keeps you bound. He will. And God bless you. You all have an amazing day. And here's to freedom.